In today's lesson we're going to talk about genre in literature, in movie making and modern day culture. But the introduction will start off with a text from a book written in this particular genre. I spent the afternoon in a bookstore. There were no books in it. None had been printed for nearly half a century. And how I have looked forward to them after the microfilms that made up the library of the Prometheus. No such luck. No longer was it possible to browse among the shelves, to weigh volumes in hand, to feel the heft, the promise of ponderous reading. The bookstore resembled instead an electronic laboratory. The books were crystals with recorded contents. They could be read with the aid of an opton, which was similar to a book, but had only one page between the covers. At a touch, successive pages of the text appeared on it. But optons were little used, the sales robot told me. The public preferred lecterns. Like lecterns read out the book loud. They could be set to any voice, tempo and modulation. Actually, only scientific publications having a very limited distribution were still printed on plastic imitation paper. Thus, all my purchases fitted into one pocket, though there must have been almost 300 titles. My handful of crystal corn, my books. I selected a number of works on history and sociology, a few on statistics and demography, and what the girl from the Adapt had recommended on psychology. A couple of larger mathematical textbooks, larger of course in the sense of their content, not of their physical size. The rowboat that served me was itself an encyclopedia, in that, as it told me, it was linked directly through electronic catalogues to templates of every book on earth. As a rule, a bookstore had only single copies of books, and when someone needed a particular book, the contents of the work was recorded in a crystal. The originals, crystal mattresses, were not to be seen. They were kept behind pale blue enamel steel plates. So a book was printed, as it were, every time someone needed it. The question of printings, of the quality of the running out of and cease to exist, actually a great achievement. And yet I regretted the passing of books. So this story comes from a book. The book is pretty old, but I wonder if you could identify the inventions that are mentioned in the book, and to what modern day devices could you compare things like lecterns, optons, and those crystals that the author speaks about. Thank you very much.